Hello, everyone. More news sources are looking at the assassination of Russia's General Kirillov in Moscow, providing some more details and such. And once again, the more we learn, the more details come to light, the more astounding the whole operation appears. Once again, a reminder, General Kirillov was killed on Tuesday by a bomb that was hidden on an electric scooter that was parked next to the entrance to his apartment building. It was in Moscow, in just one of the streets. The explosives were detonated remotely at the exact moment he was passing by. Both he and his assistant were taken out. So, again, for anyone who is into special forces operations, shows about CIA, FBI, Secret Service, and so on, you can appreciate what it took to carry this out. I'm sure we'll find out more. I'm still not at all convinced that the man that was arrested is the person of interest is the actual culprit. Similarly, we're starting to get more information about Korean troops involved in the fighting. As I mentioned yesterday, the number of casualties went from a few dozen to at least 100. Plus, there's more who have been wounded. So, they're out of commission. And here's the thing. So notice this last paragraph. This is very telling. Pentagon said that the soldiers were being used in infantry roles. Folks, that is translation for cannon fodder. Okay, all of those videos that show North Korean troops, marching decorously during their parades and stuff like that, none of that matters. These people were shipped off to another country to fight for something they don't know anything about, and they are being used as replacement for Russian soldiers as easy targets. Once again, the question is, people of North Korea, what do you think about it? After Ukraine dared to defend itself yet again by using the weapons at its disposal to target military objects inside Russia, Russia turned on Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. So there was a ballistic missile attack against Kyiv. At least one person was killed. 12 were wounded. There were damages to multiple buildings, primarily residential buildings, businesses. I watched a heartbreaking video of a restaurant owner standing in front of his now ruined restaurant, just clearly overwhelmed by the damage, by the wreckage, talking about how he had planted trees in front of that restaurant when they were still tiny little saplings. Of course, now they're all broken and destroyed. But Russians are going to tell you that they were targeting military targets. Obviously there were NATO agents hiding in that restaurant, right? That's what they're going to tell you. I want to go back to this picture. This is people hiding in the metro station, basically using Kyiv underground, just like the British did in London during the Blitz to wait out the attack. Look at these people. Look at this crowd. I dare you, zoom in. Look at this crowd. These are the alleged NATO agents and Nazi spies that Russians are targeting. That is not to say Ukrainians are not giving back as much or more as they're getting. Russia has had yet another worst day when it comes to losses. After having just had one less than a month ago, I think, what was it? November 28th was the last really bad one. That one was, I think, 2,000 casualties they had. Well, today it was more like 2,200. Yep, here we go. So the last one, I'm sorry, was 29th of November, and the highest total was 2,030. So that tells you. Russia had sentenced the residents of East Ukrainian city of Luhansk to 16 years in prison for high treason. Again, let's remember, anything can be dubbed high treason in Russia these days. This man stands accused of passing information to the Ukrainian troops. Here's something else. He is a Ukrainian citizen. For all of Russia's claims that Donetsk and Luhansk no longer want to be part of Ukraine, they still are part of Ukraine. So, they have arrested this man for doing something on the territory of his own country as it was being invaded by an enemy army. Let that sink in for a sec. Here's something interesting, that top paragraph there. So apparently, among other things, a Portuguese embassy was damaged in this latest attack by Russia. And Portugal immediately spoke up, about this. This is outrageous. Pointing out that other diplomatic missions were housed in the same building. Really? So now you care. Now you care. When it's your embassy, your people, now it's sinking in. And this is more details about the attack on Kyiv. Now, notice this. As predicted, Russia said it targeted arms industry and security service targets when it struck Kyiv. And once again, explain to me how a restaurant is an arms industry target. Or point me out in this crowd who exactly presents security risk to Russia among these people right there. Because I really want to know.